This is Colin McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Curmel Moton in Las Vegas, Nevada. Curmel, massive fight week, Canelo, Crawford. How do you see this one playing out, first of all?
I don't know. It's a 50-50 fight. Both them guys is really great fighters, high IQ, and they both have their strengths. So we're just going to have to see. I feel like the fans are really the winner in that one.
You're sitting on the fence there a little bit. Do you think if Crawford does win, he would become the greatest of all time? A lot of people are saying he will.
I feel like he becomes in the talks of it. I feel like, nobody will ever be able to take the mantle of Floyd being the greatest of all time away. But I feel like he's in the talks for at least top 5 greatest.
What's it like being around Floyd Mayweather?
It's very surreal, even to this day. I've been around him a lot of the times and talk to him on the phone all the time. And I'm still, like, damn, that's Floyd Mayweather. Like, that's the greatest boxer ever. Someone I idolize. And it's still just so surreal to me.
Do you remember the first time you met him?
Yeah, I was at his gym. He was in camp for, I believe it was for, Andre Berto. And so, yeah, I was probably, 8, 9 years old, and got to meet him, and he had signed a money team hat for me, so it was crazy.
Obviously, a lot of people in the UK talk about you and Giorgio Visioli, which we'll speak about in a minute, but I remember watching an interview with you, I think it was with Naji from Cigar Talk.
Okay.
Shout out my guy Naji. And he asked you who your toughest opponent was as an amateur. And a lot of people would think that you're going to say Zaquin Moses.
Right,
you talked about another guy, Marcus Luther, I think.
Yeah, Marcus Luther, yeah.
Why do you not think Zaquin was your toughest? Because everyone kind of who watched you as an amateur would say that Zaquin probably was your toughest in their opinion.
I've been in there with so many guys, There's so many different styles, The fight with Zaquin wasn't really a hard style to deal with. He just happened to get, more points than me on the amateur system. He did a good amateur fight at the end of the day. It was a pro fight. That same time, I knew I would have won. It was only three rounds, So it wasn't necessarily a hard fight. He just played the game a little better than me that day. But when I fought Marcus several times, and it was always a tough fight. Like, I had to really dig deep. Like, I had to really bite down to win those fights, and be really tight on my defense, everything. So it's just a matter of styles. One person might get the better of you, win, but that doesn't mean it was necessarily a hard fight. He was just a better man that day.
When you came face to face with Zaquin Moses, I think you tweeted something about, when I catch him, I'm gonna put belt ass.
Yeah.
I think you said something like that, right?
Yeah.
What did he say to you in that interaction?
We was both just going back and forth, talking about how we would beat each other and whatever, and that we both know how it's really gonna go down. Still just talking, But
a lot of people want to see the fight, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people maybe want to see that fight down the line when you're both established, maybe when you're both vying for a world title, or
yeah.
Do you want it now or do you want to wait?
I want it now. I don't see what the wait is for a lot of these prospects. They want to wait. Let's wait till we both become world champions, get big money. What if one of us don't? What if y'all don't? What if you don't keep winning? What if you don't? I know I'm gonna keep doing my thing, but what if you don't? What if you don't stay on your top of your stuff? So why wait? We could do it now. We already got a name, both know. And today's boxing, I don't see why we can't do it now.
What about Giorgio Visioli? There's a lot being said about these spars. What actually happened in those spars?
I can't recall if we sparred once or twice, but if we sparred if we sparred twice, both times was good work, and it was just both back and forth work, kind of just whatever. It was nothing was crazy was going on. I think we did about 6 rounds. It was cool work. I'm not gonna get on here and start just capping just for clout or whatever. It was solid work, but yeah, I don't really know what he's talking about, what he's trying to say, what narrative he's trying to paint. But yeah, like I said already, if he feels like he did all that to me, I don't feel like why he can't show it on the big stage for the whole world to see.
Is that another one that maybe we'll see in the future, or do you think that we could see that soon?
Hopefully not. I'm pushing for that fight right now.
Have you already spoke to your team about getting that fight?
Yeah.
And what's the conversation been like with Giorgio Visioli's team?
They have also said that they want the fight now, so we'll have to see what goes on. But
could that end up on a Riyadh season show or one of these?
Potentially, I really hope so. Yeah, I'd hope so.
Well, Curmel, I appreciate your time on IFLTV. It's our first time having you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
And look forward to speaking to you again. All right.
Appreciate you.